Alright, MrSotko here, and welcome back to another Warcraft 3 replay cast. Today it is a 1 vs 1 on Secret Valley. It is a Warcraft 3 Internet replay of the week. And up top we have our yellow undead player, Nafowt. And down at the bottom we have our red Night Elf player, Check. And it is going to be a Secret Valley. Going to have the Ancient of War over there by the Knoll Overseer camp. Going to speed this up to the 8x mark. 2-minute point of the game. And once again, it is a Warcraft 3 top replay. So it should be a very, very good game. And it was rated quite highly the last time I checked it. And I'm going to lower that speed on down to the regular action mode, if you will. Knoll Overseer camp. Just about to fall. Ghoul looking for some trouble there. Gets a Claws of Attack +6 on that Demon Hunter. So very, very nice item to start off with. And Ghoul looking to try and steal that Knoll Assassin. And the Death Knight might be able to death coil that, but nope. Gonna make it there just a scotch too late. Gonna make some skeletal minions go after the Archer. But doubt he will get the kill with all of these Moonwells around. Not quite nighttime just yet. Can't quite shadow meld. But at the same time, gonna drain these Moonwells so that the Demon Hunter can't use them later. You know, the Ancient of War going strong here. Going to be pumping out some archers for now. Back at the undead base, a lot of ghouls moving out. And the Halls of the Dead coming up. And Skeletal Minion going to try and get that. Going to body block the Demon Hunter. If he gets that, he should level up to level 2. As I do believe they give 25 or 20 experience. One of the two. Either way would give him just enough. And here comes the swath of ghouls. What do you call a flock of ghouls? Kind of like a murder of crows. Or a gaggle of geese. I'm going to call it a swath. It's a swath of ghouls. And Ghoul 13 health. Couldn't quite get it, though. And now the Archer is in a little bit of trouble. But it is nighttime. Could easily shadow meld. But there is Dust of Appearance as well. So he knows he can't do that. And Surround is coming soon on something. And he specifically got Unholy Aura instead of Death Coil first. So he could surround these archers. And at first I seen that Death Knight and I thought he was going to Death Coil that creep that was very, very low. But that is not going to be the case when he has Unholy Aura first. Silly me. But almost all Death Knights typically go Death Coil first. But in this case, going to go Unholy Aura to try and surround some of these units here. The Ghoul will fall there. Gets level 2 on the Demon Hunter. Can help him out a little bit with the evasion. And now the Archer is in trouble here. Could Shadow Meld, but it's pretty much going to be useless as he's just going to be able to pop Dust of Appearance. And the Night Elf base is under siege here with some ghouls and skeletal warriors. Every time that cooldown comes around with that Rado Necromancy, and a Wisp sacrifices itself to get rid of those skeletal minions and a little bit of mana on that Death Knight. Not that it really matters when he doesn't have any skills to use anyway. And ghouls falling left and right here, just giving his opponent a lot of experience. 2.5 on that level, and only about halfway to level 2. So I don't think that really worked in the Undead's favor that time around, as he really just gave his opponent quite a bit of experience. And now trying to get back to the base as soon as possible. Take a look at the Undead base here. Still going to Black Citadel. And not pumping out any spiders or anything just yet. Does have that graveyard to do that. We'll have to see what trickery he is up to right now. And would need a second crypt if he's going to start pumping out anything serious here. Still sporting some ghouls and about 4 or 5 of them harvesting lumber. So that means he's definitely trying to tech up and get something pretty high order. So we'll have to see what that is. Ogre Magi going to fall here. Potion of Greater Healing for that Demon Hunter. Couldn't really ask for much of a better item, as the Potion of Greater Healing really, really comes in handy. And he may actually need to use it somewhat soon, as he's missing about 400 health. And the rest gonna fall here shortly. The Ogre Warrior and the Forest Troll Trapper may have to get creeped out later. We do have a Naga Sea Witch, Panda Brewmaster for the 2 new heroes. And Check's Archer will fall there. And And as far as our other player, Nafowt, I'm going to call him Nafowt. It could be Nafowt. Who knows? But that's what I'm going to call him. Or Two-Fan. It could be Two-Fan backwards. That could be it too. But for now, you're gonna be Nafowt, because I like that, and I think it sounds somewhat original. Nafowt. I've never seen somebody with the name Nafowt or Two-Fan, by the way. And Death Knight a little low here. The Naga Sea Witch bathing in the Yule Fountain of Health, and gonna bring up some additional units here from the Night Elf. Heal up the Archer a little bit. And now the Undead gonna pick up the riffraff here at the creep camp, and I don't think there's anything. Oh no, Tome of Strength had dropped there, so I don't think there's gonna be any other items. As our Demon Hunter got another Claws of Attack +6. I actually didn't notice that at the time, but now a +12 Demon Hunter, so very lethal Demon Hunter indeed. But this is gonna give a little bit of experience. Got level 2 with that creep camp there, and now the Red Drake is just running off into space there.
A player's forces are under attack.
And I'm going to try and pull the Ogre Warrior camp here. And the Archer is badly damaged. 1 or 2 hits here is going to go down. And Skeletal Minion is going to come around and take advantage of that. But there are so many Skeletal Minions here. 4 and some Ghouls running around. Also Crypt Fiends. And both of the Undead heroes very, very low, along with the Demon Hunter as well. But he does have that Claws of Attack +6 times 2. So he does tremendous amounts of damage. Oh, and couldn't quite get that Naga Sea Witch down. Very, very close. And back at the Undead base here, not really producing too much, not sporting a lot of gold, only about 130 and 531 lumber for the Night Elf here, 336 and 367, so pretty much even Stevens in terms of lumber and gold for the Night Elf. And now sporting Ancients of Lore here, going to be packing some Druids of the Claw shortly. And Demon Hunter now going into the base again, and going to be pulling out. And drawing them out a little bit there. Gonna let the Ancient of War take all the damage. I'm sure he's glad to do that. Thanks, guys. Let me take all the punishment. Pendant of Energy for the Brewmaster. A very nice item for a Brewmaster. The Brewmaster is always hungry or thirsty for mana. That's kind of a joke if... come on, guys. That's funny. Thirsty because he's running around with the beer and he's always low on mana. So, come on. Thirsty for mana. Let's do it. And Demon Hunter up at the top. Red Drake. About half health there. Soloing that. Demon Hunter is just going to say, I'm just doing, hey, Dax got this. I'm just going to solo this. And get shot by the Imperial Star Cruiser there. And Flute of Accuracy. So extremely nice for that Night Elf. Not going to really help these 2 heroes here. I wouldn't be surprised if that got sold, but it will help these Dryads. Going to give them 2 damage, which isn't a lot, but will add up over time. All the damage in every spear that they throw is +2. So every spear that throws 2, 4, 6, 8, and so on starts to add up quite a bit after a while. Staff of Preservation on the Demon Hunter and an Orb of Venom, so now plus 17 damage on that Demon Hunter. So very, very lethal Demon Hunter indeed. That will also help the Demon Hunter when he is in Metamorphosis, if it gets to that stage of the game. Not sure if it's going to last that long or not, but we will have to see. But for now, he's just going to sport that. It looks like a Tome of Health dropped for that Demon Hunter. So now 725 health on the Demon Hunter and 17 damage. So very nice so far indeed. A Wand of Mana Stealing on the Death Knight, which is sort of a nice item to have on the Death Knight. Just steal some mana from the Demon Hunter there. Looks like he stole some mana and used it on him. 1 charge there. He's got 153. And as soon as he uses that again, we'll have another chunk of mana to steal. And Druid of the Claw falling very quickly here. The Night Elf actually falling pretty quick, despite the Druids out on the field. And now the Undead is sort of at the disadvantage here. Just 2 Druids, and that Spider almost going to go down. 2 health. Is something going to kill that Spider? No, didn't get on it. Didn't really capitalize on that. It was just 1 bear for the Night Elf, and that is not a lot of DPS here. 3 heroes for the Undead and 2 Spiders to go around, and that just means more units to just sort of going off in directions and let the Night Elf chase him around. Naga Sea Witch there falls for the Undead, and not really surprising as the Naga Sea Witch pretty much dies all the time. Good hero, but very, very, very weak hero. And now the Night Elf is in bail mode here. The Druid of the Claw may fall on the way. No Death Coil there for the Death Knight to take a good chunk out of that bear. Staff of Preservation sends it on home for now. And I'm going to use Rejuvenate on these bears and get the ball rolling again. Meanwhile, back at the undead base, spiders coming out. And nothing too crazy here from the undead. Not a lot of production going on.
Is under siege.
And now going to go after the Knoll Overseer camp here next to his base. And the Lich will get level 2 from this. I'll have to see if he just decides to go Dark Ritual or if he's going to go Frost Armor, which Frost Armor would probably not be the greatest idea against Dryads, as they would be able to just dispel that. Most likely it will be Dark Ritual, Ring of Selling +2 for the Death Knight there, so it's pretty much 60 gold dropped for him, as that will most likely get sold. It indeed immediately got sold. And what did I tell you guys? Ring of Selling. That is both a joke and a very realistic term for that ring at the same time. And now a second Flute of Accuracy has dropped for the Night Elf. It does not stack, so that will definitely get sold. And he's going to do that now. And sold that right off the bat there and got a good chunk of money for it. Didn't actually see how much he got for that. Somebody down in the comments say how much a Flute of Accuracy gives you when you sell it. I'm sure somebody would be willing to do that. So that was probably a good chunk of gold. I'm guessing about 250 or 300 gold, upwards of 300. So it wouldn't be too bad there. Maybe 200 to 300. That's my guess, and that's a pretty broad guess. So I guess that's a very easy gamble on my part. A Tome of Experience, and who will get that? Looks like the Lich is going to pick that up, and instantly gets him level 3. Very nice. And Warsong Battle Drums for the undead. So very nice indeed. So now he's going to have Command Aura. 10% additional damage to all of his units, and Unholy Aura, so he's not only going to move around at haul-ass speeds, he's also going to do a lot of damage. Helmet of Valor has dropped for the Night Elf. A fairly mediocre item, pretty good for a Demon Hunter, however. Additional 100 health and 4 agility. And the Warsong Battle Drum's much better than the Flute of Accuracy, not just because, well, it does the same amount of damage, I suppose, 10%, but it does it to all units and not just ranged units. So a much better choice overall. Helps the heroes, helps melee units, what have you. +4 damage on that Abomination, not too bad there, and it is unupgraded so far. Doesn't look like he's upgrading. Oh no, he is upgrading the creature attack, and that's sort of a rare thing. You don't really see upgrades all that much in Warcraft 3. Or at least competitive 1v1 Warcraft 3, because you just really don't have the money to do it, and they're just not that worth it. I would say in higher brackets, 2v2, 3v3, 4v4, that kind of thing, it would definitely be worth it, as you have a lot of time to sit around before players attack each other, and they sort of mutually attack each other, and one side will agree to just sort of creep and counter, or the other side will just say, hey, we're gonna rush or attack now, and they all attack together. So you sort of kind of coordinate your upgrades and such like that. But in 1v1, not so much. Staff of Preservation sends that Demon Hunter on home right at the last moment. I think he had about maybe 10, 20 health left, and the Death Knight going to be chasing down some of these bears here. The bears are in a lot of trouble and already down less than half health on a couple of them there. And that is not good. That is a lot of health lost. 2 bears lost already, so all the meat for the Night Elf is gone right now. Now, really all the meat is gone, and that is not good. The Abomination's still going strong here. Just Dryads left, and those will crumble very easily here. Breath of Fire going off on all the units and doing a decent amount of damage, but it's just not enough right now. Demon Hunter attacking here at 21 damage on that Demon Hunter, so that is one strong Demon Hunter, but those Death Quills are just pumping him out. And all the heals going off there, and now the Panda Brewmaster left for dead here, as the Demon Hunter was sent back and preserved thusly. Demon Hunter spelled with 2 Ds for his double dose of pimping, spelled thusly. I hope you guys get that reference, but the Demon Hunter down to about half health, and just not a lot for the Night Elf right now, and a lot of trouble. This Abomination is just really the heart and soul of the undead right now in terms of the regular units. And it looks like one of the observers perhaps lagged out there, as there are a lot of observers. There's actually 6, 7 observers for this game, so this is definitely one special game that a lot of people are watching. We're watching when it was played, rather, and these spiders going after the Moonwell. And that will go down. And a couple other casters already casted this game. They're on the website in the top replay where this replay is. So there's a French cast, which I've never heard of that caster. I guess he's new to the market, so check him out if you speak French and you can't understand a word I'm saying, which is a possibility, I suppose. And there's also a German caster as well. And I didn't get to this till last, just because I had already casted another top replay. Yesterday I uploaded it. I think I actually uploaded it maybe today or last night. It must have been early today or late last night, one of the two. And so now I'm getting on to this one because it just popped up on me and I decided to cast it. And so far, a good game. And now about even here, now that those two druids are out, there is some meat going once again for the Night Elf and Demon Hunter very, very low, 27 health, and I don't think he's going to make it here. There's no way to get him out of there. And apparently somebody is messaging me on Steam, and that's not good. I'm just such a bad caster, guys. I'm so sorry that I didn't close my Steam, but, you know, I mean, games, I do a lot of games. A lot of games. I'm casting Company Heroes, casting Warcraft 3, Wargame Red Dragon, StarCraft 2. So if you guys like any of those other games, or you happen to like my casts, and you're like, hey, I like Warcraft 3 casts, maybe I would like other real-time strategy casts, well, check them out, because I do a lot. I gotta do a shameless plug-in once in a while, so don't mind me, guys. I gotta do that once in a while. I wish I was like sponsored by Red Bull or something. That would be cool. Who can sponsor me for Red Bull? Somebody in the comments get me sponsored for Red Bull, so I can just like drink one on camera and I'll be like, Red Bull, like the only thing I use when I cast, and then like my throat will be all dry because I'm drinking like a carbonated, sugary drink, and like I'll pass out. But they'll give me $5 every time I show my face with a Red Bull, so that's cool. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry, guys. The Check's Ancient of Wonders is about to fall here. Not going to be too big of a deal. I think he already got his Orb of Venoms out, so he's not going to really need that so much. Of course, Town Portals
Forces are under attack.
and small potions are always handy. Undead now chipping away at another Moonwell, and it's going to put him under supply, or rather oversupply. I always say undersupply, but oversupply. 48 of 40 now for the Night Elf, so now he's going to have to make another Moonwell. You know, not only is he oversupply, he doesn't have that juice coming in anymore. None of that juice income, that precious moon juice. And these spiders here, still going strong. There's 3 spiders here, and they are upgraded +1 now, so that gives them additional 3 damage with that, where is it? That a War Song Battle Drums. So they're doing a ton of damage, and that means they're just ravaging these Dryads with 27 to 37, so basically 30 to 40 damage per hit, which is increased by that unarmored armor. And now the Nugget Sea Witch may fall here, so close, and the Invulnerability Potion saves her, so saved by the Invulnerability Potion. Hippogriff's trying to chase down this Destroyer here, having a hard time doing that. And now are under attack from the 2 ranged heroes here. And Demon Hunter really, really low here, may fall, and gets preserved by the Panda Brewmaster. And Night Elf just struggling here against the undead so far. I think it's sort of a spiraled out of control when those two or three druids of the Claw died without really doing too much. They didn't even really provide any kind of meat, and they just sort of died. It was a couple minutes ago, and that was not good, losing the majority of his army after that. And Lich trying to get away here, and should be able to make it out of there no problem, but it's going to get mana burned once in a while here. Has 24 mana, so not really worth a mana burn just yet. Going to have to wait till he's a little bit higher on that mana. And Demon Hunter taking a bunch of damage here, and Orb of Corruption lowering his armor by a little bit there. And, oh, Lich, 10 health, and gets taken out by a Dryad. She'll get the Medal of Honor for taking out a hero. She got the killing blow on Ner'zhul there. And Brewmaster in a little bit of trouble now. Not enough mana for a Death Coil, so he's fine for a moment here, but it's not going to be long till he has that mana. And Dryads actually took out a Crypt Fiend there, and our Undead GG's out, which is strange enough. He ran out of his gold mine, and I thought he was doing quite well. However, the unit score for the Night Elf says otherwise. Units here, much more produced for the Night Elf, and much more killed for the Night Elf as well. But it seemed like the entire time that the Undead was actually doing better. Sort of had the Night Elf locked in his base the majority of the time, and then he GG'd out. He didn't. He sort of failed to expand, and then his gold mine ran out and just took off, because at that time, when his gold mine ran out, I think it was just a matter of inconvenient coincidence that he lost all of his units when the gold mine collapsed. I don't think it would have ended like that if the gold mine had not collapsed or he had another expansion. It would definitely have gone on much longer than that. But the heroes 5-5 and a 4-4 and 3. I think the downfall of the Undead there was to get 2 weak heroes. I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the Lich and the Naga Sea Witch at the same time. Now you might think, well, they kind of complement each other, because the Lich, Frost Nova slows units down, and of course with the Death Coil does a lot of damage with those two combined, and of course Fork Lightning does pretty well in the slow arrows. But I'm not a big fan of those 2 weak heroes side by side. I think it would have been better off with a Brewmaster side by side. Brewmaster doesn't do so well against the Dryads, but something other than the Naga Sea Witch, perhaps. Not really sure. Maybe I don't have an opinion on that, really, but I'm not sure if I really care for the Lich and the Naga Sea Witch together. But the gold mine, 2,000 more for our Night Elf, and a little bit more gold lost to upkeep as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed this top replay, and I will see you guys next time.